quick.
Yeah, no, I told you, like I said, my grand and my oldest are here, so
And salute, man. Salute to them.
so
Tell them
so she.
NYG 22. Kenny said what's up.
No, I got you. I appreciate it, man. So
um, but yeah, man, we're gonna dive into this, man, and like I said, kind of an express show tonight. So but if you guys got any comments in the comment, please leave your comments. Please ask questions. We will get to your questions and do the best we can. All-Star game tonight. Yankees and Mets. Yankees and Mets, as I'm looking at it now, um, the Yankees are in the wild card right now. They're one game behind the Orioles, and the Mets actually have made a little bit of a comeback here, and they are sitting currently in a wild card spot themselves, one game over the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, but we all know the Yankees have struggled as of late. The Mets have been doing better since your boy entered the fold, Grimace. But what grade would you put on this first half of the season so far, Coach? For the Mets, for the Yankees. You can start with the Yankees, and I'll get into the Mets here in a minute.
Yankees, y'all not gonna like it. C minus,
C minus.
C minus.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, first of all, your managerial, some of the issues. Now, I understand you had some injury issues, but you started out hot.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't allow injuries to be a big factor.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me that plays a big part into the grading. Um, I question some of the roster construction. I'm always going to do that. And that goes to Cashman. So, but for this team to spiral out the way it's done now after starting out so good, it's a tale of two halves, if you want to say that. And yeah, I'm giving it a C minus. I'm being very hard.
Wow. C minus for the Yankees. I would actually go a grade above that and give them a B minus. Just because for them to start fast or hot, so to speak, without their ace pitcher in Garrett Cole, does show a little bit of something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the start does matter. Now they've faltered recently, obviously,
Hmm.
but the start does matter, and you gotta take into account too some of the injuries, particularly Garrett Cole. Stanton's been in and out. Judge had an injury early in the season, so um, I think I'm gonna go B minus. They haven't fell totally apart. They're still in the wild card. They're still only a game out of the division lead, so I'm gonna go B minus for the Yankees. B minus, but it should really be like you said, Coach. I mean, it should be higher than that. I mean, we shouldn't
Hmm.
be talking about this team in a sense of like fighting for a wild card spot. That shouldn't be the issue. That shouldn't be the case here. Not with this squad, not with the talent on this team. So I do agree with you though, man. It's okay to be harsh on them, but I'm not going to be
Hmm.
that harsh.
No, I get it. I get it, and that's
Yeah.
fair. I mean, like I said, I'm being extremely harsh. And my expectations is a lot higher for the Yankees. So,
Mm-hmm.
especially after how you started the season. You
Mm-hmm.
started the season. I mean, you didn't have Garrett Cole, so you kind of brought it down. But then you started out hot. So yeah, my expectations went higher, and for
Mm-hmm.
them to, like I said, I mean, look at it since what, June the 12th. I think they have 6 or 7 wins, and what are they, 20 losses? Come
Yeah.
on. That I mean,
It's been
that's
bad.
Yeah, and then when
I
you
ain't gonna
look at
lie
the
though.
lineup that you've had, with Judge, with Soto, Stanton was doing fairly well. I mean,
Hmm.
and then for it to turn around, it's not the injuries per se. There's questionable managerial the decisions along the way. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
so
Um,
that's why for me it's just it's a hard grade. And you know me. Usually I'm a lot more. Exactly. So,
Lenient, yeah. Facts. Tommy, appreciate you tapping in. Dan, you Berry
what's up, Dan?
Sports. What's
Yeah,
good, y'all, man? Appreciate y'all tapping in, man. You could be anywhere on a Tuesday night, but you here with me, NYG Double Deuce, and my big bro, Coach Ed Gladney. Um, Nick, what's good? What's
what's
good
up,
with you,
Nick?
man? Appreciate you tapping in. Says how we feeling, Coach?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm good.
Halftime not happy with the Knicks got his boy Cameron Payne. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Knicks here in just a second. Just kind of want to get the baseball out the way because it is the All Star game tonight, and we do got two baseball teams that's in the hunt. And who would have thunk it about those New York Mets, man? New York Mets are in the hunt. Tommy says, "Let's go, Stros, boo. Y'all long time we about to take what's ours. We own the ALCS. Y'all saying the Yankees, that was so in the league. We gave that to y'all. Now we taking what's ours, Stros all the way. Yeah, all right. Where the Astros rank right now? Where they at? Dang, where they at? Minnesota, Boston, Kansas. Oh, that's right. Out of the wild card. That's what I thought. Had to look for a minute because they was kind of down there a little bit. You know what I mean? For the mighty Astros. I
Mm-hmm.
control too, Tommy. Let's go. But the Mets, the Mets, they have been better as of late. Like I said, since the big purple man showed up, Grimace, the McDonald's character, they've been playing pretty well. 7 out of 10 for the Mets. Pete Alonso was looking to get his home run champion last night, but it didn't happen. Somebody else got it, so I heard. But the Mets have been playing better of as of late, and um, gonna read something here on the Mets only because I'm not a Mets fan, so that's why we miss Jeffy T. R.I.P. brother. But says so they're looking at possibly trading Pete Alonso, which I think would be absolutely crazy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But people are inquiring about Pete Alonso. They're kind of in the, I guess, do they go all in mode or do they start kind of trading away pieces? Buyer or seller is what they call it in baseball terms. You become a buyer where you trade four pieces to try to build, to try to make a run, or are you going to sell and, pivot to next season? So that's where the Mets are at. And the biggest piece, obviously, is Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, one of the Mets, or the Mets' probably best player, I think, as a position player. So Milo says Joe Davis, most definitely the most born announcer in sports. Fox messed up not bringing back Joe Buck. Jacob says, "What's good, Coach? What's good? Mets need to
What's up,
trade for
Jacob?
Vladdy. I'm assuming you're talking about Vlad Guerrero Jr. And I heard some things about him, kind of changing his mind on possibly playing for the Yankees, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But to your point, he could be a good fit for the Mets. He could be a good fit for the Mets, and maybe that's what the Mets need to get them where they want to be. Right now, like I said, the Mets are Where is the division at? Let's see. How far are you back of Philly? Um, yeah, you ain't catching them. 12 and a half back. So the Mets' best shot is the wild card, in my opinion. So again, do you go all in for a wild card spot? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? But to answer the question, the grade that I would give the Mets right now, I'm gonna go a solid C.
Hmm.
Solid C. Not a C plus, not just a C.
No, I can
Average.
feel that. I mean, they were down and they are
Mm-hmm.
fighting their way back. So getting the rumor, I mean, the talk was they were going to be the worst team in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
They were trending that way, and then they've fought their way back. So, and that's the thing. They're at least fighting. So,
Mm-hmm. Milos NYC 178. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for us, man. We appreciate you. Me and Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. We are streaming on both channels, so go and tap in and tap that like button for both of us, man, if you don't mind. But a good comment right here says, need to trade Alonzo. He's a free agent this offseason. Got to get picks and prospects back. See, and I think that's kind of the dilemma. Like I said, do you buy or do you sell at the trading deadline? And if they don't have no plans to re-sign him and he's going to be a free agent this offseason, then I've heard people say this about Soto. As crazy as it is, I've heard people say, well, the Yankees don't know if Juan Soto's going to re-sign. Why don't they think about trading him? Yada, yada, yada. Why would you do that?
hmm
But the Mets could be in this similar situation, you know, with Pete Alonso here. But if he is a free agent and you don't really think you're gonna reach the playoffs, or maybe you just don't think you're gonna be, maybe that's just not the goal here, just to get in, So
hmm
maybe you have a longer term goal. So maybe that's something that you think about doing. But coach, from what you
hmm
know, I know you don't follow the Mets too tough, but from what you know, and their record right now is, just to give you the record, 49 and 46. They're 12 and a half games behind the Philadelphia Phillies, and they are currently in the third wild card spot, one game over the Diamondbacks and Padres for that final NL wild card spot. So, what would you give the Mets as a grade here?
C. I would, just like you said, I would give them a C.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said earlier, with their fighting back and after being so far down and fighting their way back into at least wild card contention.
Mm-hmm.
C is good. It's a fair grade. So
Yeah.
um,
But yeah, that's fair. That is fair, man. Solid C, man. So I went B minus. I mean, yeah, I went B minus with the Yankees. Um, Coach went C minus, and then we both went C for the Mets. So New York baseball has some work to do.
mhm.
But Heart of the City Express, y'all hit that like button, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Brunson, Jalen Brunson took $113 million less than he could have gotten on a contract extension with the Knicks. Is it a smart move? Obviously, it's a smart move for the Knicks. I mean, you would think. Is it a smart move for Jalen Brunson, though? And, coach, you always talk about business. We shout out to
Mhm.
Dash. Dash always says, where's the bread?
Mhm.
Is it smart for a player to leave $113 million on the table?
All right, when you put everything in the picture, okay, because after year three he can opt out and he can get 300 and I forgot what it was, $323 million. or he can go wait till the end and then get $413 million. So when you look at it like that, number one. Number two, what's he also trying to do? He's also trying to win a championship. Everyone talks about the money, and look, we as fans, we talk about, oh, players need to, at times, which I always talk about, yo, it's a business. Well, if a player thinks business wise, he's opening up money so the team can, be competitive, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully allow money to that they can re-sign other players and possibly bring in other players to help them win a championship. I really don't see anything wrong with it. I get it. It's $113 million. Would I leave it on the table? I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. But I do also
Ain't no
understand
probably to
his. No, no,
it.
no. Probably because I have to sit down and I think about it. Look at
I mean,
look at.
unless there was some, some weird type stipulations to it, then yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
what we
like I
talking
said,
about. But yeah.
I also looked at. I mean, if he went next year to 269, are the other max opportunities available to him? What's going on? Don't forget with this TV money. I know Dolan is complaining about the sharing, but some of that money is going to the players too. So salary
Mm-hmm.
caps may go open, may rise. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a capologist, so I can't really. But what I'm looking at right now, do I think think it's a smart move? Yes, because of what it's doing for the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And as a fan, look at the fans who are falling in love with him. Yeah, I get people like Michael K who don't understand leaving 113. You're looking at it just strictly from the money, and I'm just sorry
But
that
that's
that
what I'm always being told. It's a business. It's a business. It's a
but business
business.
isn't always a business is also about relationship building. But I understand what I'm when I say it's a business. I understand players because their career is short lived. So I understand where you're going. I get it, but he's still getting a good penny. I mean, let me take it this way because Brunson is a very smart man.
Mm-hmm.
The money that he's taking right there, that money, he coming out of Dallas, he wasn't even projected to get that. Let's be real. He said he would take took 55 just for Dallas to give him that, just to go back to Dallas. So this opportunity opened itself to him, and he got this money. But let we talk about business. What's to say he can't take that money once his career's done and still grow it business wise? It's still a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. I get it. I get the egos. I understand everything. Like I said, me, my family situation, I get it. I do understand. I'm not mad at people who say, he should have took the money. But when you say you don't understand, I mean, I just said he's opening up money for the team. See, the issue I have is with Michael K, where he's saying he's getting taken advantage of. And when a grown ass man makes a decision, whether it benefits the organization or not, if he made that decision, he's not getting taken advantage of. But also look at the relationship. I said business is also about relationships. His godfather, who's his godfather? Leon Rose. His dad is in the organization too. So he has such strong ties to the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good business move in that regard too. And then, like I said, after this goes out and he can opt out, there's going to be even more money for him to put on the table. God, as long as he doesn't get hurt, we all understand that. You know,
Well, that's what
that's a chance.
I was getting ready to say. Look, you just said it. Uh, it's players are not for long. You know what I'm saying in
Mm-hmm.
these leagues. Shout out to you, Raphael. Man, appreciate you tapping in, El Capitan. But these athletes' careers aren't for long. For
Mm-hmm.
you to leave that amount of money, not knowing what's going to happen 2 or 3 years from that year from now, or
Fair.
whether you're going to be able to even re up again, or whether you're even going to be playing well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different factors going in here.
Mm-hmm.
And you're leaving a lot on the table. You're not leaving a couple of dollars. You're not leaving a couple of million even. You're leaving $113 million that you're worth, that you earn as a player. that
Mm-hmm.
you went out there and bust ass for, and I'm not a Knicks fan, but I always give Jalen Brunson his credit. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? He's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
You left that, you earned that shit, bro. Julius Randle wasn't playing in them playoff games. You
Mm-hmm.
was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it might look smart now. It might look okay, I'm making a sacrifice now, but what's going to happen down the line when the team decides, okay, you're not you're not good to us anymore. And coach, you talk about it all the
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Players are assets. When the
Mm-hmm.
asset isn't any good or isn't worth
Mm-hmm.
as much, they move on. So again, Jalen
So,
Brunson,
so you're saying it's a dumb move then? Because if it's not smart, what's the other side? It's dumb.
it's
Now, if you want to say it's risky, I'll go with you on that. It's a risky
okay.
move, but
Okay.
it's smart because what's the opposite? The yin and the yang. So if it's not smart, it's a dumb move.
I I don't. Yeah, I mean, if you want to say that, I don't.
But you said it's the smart move, so
I think it's a rushed move. I don't even think he had to do the deal right now. Like, and to me, it just seems like they're kind of trying to, like, get it all mushed up together real quick and make
but don't.
everybody happy and make everybody satisfied. So, and I get it, I understand it from the Knicks standpoint, but to put the pressure on Brunson to sign a deal, it doesn't make any
But
sense from Brunson's standpoint.
don't forget the salary cap that goes into next year. So if they can do certain moves, that also opens up money for next year too. See,
Mm.
that's the thing. That's what do I always say?
From
I
the
said
Knicks
this.
standpoint, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's good from their
But if
standpoint.
as a competitor, you play basketball, you competed. What do you when you play? You wanted to win a championship, right?
Hmm.
That's usually yeah, they want to get paid. You know, they come in, they know they're going to get paid a decent amount, more than what
Hmm.
we make, you and I would make in our most of our lifetimes. So I
Hmm.
get that. Yes, everything else is about the Eagles, man. In terms of the dollar, that's why to me it's like, okay, if he got $100 million, it's still more than most of us. So if he's opening up money that helps the organization, there's also that salary cap. Brunson understands that. His agent understands that. So they look at that. They want to compete for a championship. That's what that's sending more than anything. And
Hmm.
if he's the leader, he's telling everybody in this organization, if I'm leaving money on the table, I want to win a championship. And that speaks volumes.
Yeah, but what if you
But
don't?
now okay, then what's more important, the money or the championship and your legacy?
And your
And then
legacy.
that's how it's a rhetorical. What I'm saying is to each person, you decide: is it about the money or is it about the championship and
Hmm.
the what you call it? Look, bro, I played semi-pro football. I paid to play. I'm dealing with issues now in terms of injuries that most people have said, "You crazy, coach." I would have
Hmm.
done it, and I would go back and do it again because I won so many championships doing it. I get
Hmm.
what you're saying. Everybody
Jay
is
Lay,
different.
what's good? What you, bro?
So, but again, I understand now.
Hmm.
Risky. This is a risky move. It's a
Hmm.
risky move for everyone involved. The Knicks, if he gets hurt and he's out for that changes the whole dynamics. You know, it changes. Look, let's be real. For you guys, it changes the draft, possibly the draft position. I mean, it could possibly do so much. So it's risky all across the board. But if it goes through, if he plays through and he continues to perform at this level, and what's to say he doesn't get up there into the in terms of the top five, for argument's sake, in the league in terms of his play, that could open up even more money possibly. So I get it, I understand it's risky. I'm not going to sit here but I to question, is it a smart move? And that's I'm not just saying you. There's a
Hmm.
lot of people who saying they don't think it's a smart move. Well, as I just said to you, if you don't think it's smart, then you think it's a dumb move.
Yeah, I don't think it's smart. Just gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's smart,
So
man.
you think it's dumb.
From Brunson's standpoint, I think it's I don't think it's dumb to resign. I don't even think it's dumb to take a discount. I think it's dumb A to rush it and then B to take that much of a discount. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And for Brunson, for a player that young, like you you don't know how many of these opportunities you're gonna get.
Fair.
But we're gonna keep it moving. So
Mm-hmm.
real quick, Jets and Giants, get ready for training camp. I'll give you a couple things to watch for. We're gonna start with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, man. What are the Jets gonna get from Aaron Rodgers? And is he gonna come into training camp ready and focused? What is the Jets going to see out of their young running back core? Really interested to see how they use Brees Hall and Braylon Allen, their rookie, and then they got another back too, mixed in there too. I can't remember this cat's name, but those are some of the questions I'm looking for from the Jets. And health is going to be a big thing, particularly with that offensive line. Tyron
Mm-hmm.
Smith, Elijah Vera
Mm-hmm.
Tucker, Morgan Moses. Some of those guys been banged up in their career. Of course, you got Aaron Rodgers coming back. That's going to be a big thing with the New York Jets protecting Aaron Rodgers, keeping him healthy and happy, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So, those are some of the questions that I'm looking for going into camp with the New York Jets. What about you, Coach?
Well, of course, for me, I'm going to always start with the offensive line. Their offensive line, their health, and then can they come together? Because if their offensive line comes together and plays well, then Aaron Rodgers can just be half the quarterback he was in Green Bay. That Jet team is going to be a serious problem for teams, and they're going to be competing for the division and possibly for the AFC championship, if everything goes according to plan, in that regard. Um, everything you said, in terms of the quarterback play, offensive line, the injuries, the running back situation, that was intriguing. Yeah, how do you work everything into play with them? One other thing, I mean, I know it's rumor mill, but are they going to trade for Adams from the Raiders? And if they were and they got him into that offense, ooh, that would even be more, of a problem, with Wilson and him and possibly Williams just giving them anything, So, and then of course I want to see what the defense, how they can, are they going to still be the best defense in the league? So, that's what I'm going to be intrigued with the Jets.
Yeah, that is one thing too. That you said about the defense, because particularly with the lines, the Jets offensive and defensive lines, supposed to be two of the tops in the league in the trenches. We talked about that last week on Heart of the City. So that's something right there. I think coaching is going to be big for the Jets this year.
Good point. Good point. Yeah.
Because I mean they have all the talent. I mean I looked up and down their roster and I'm struggling to find very many holes, to be honest with you. And even the backups. I mean, they even got some pretty good depth there, So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it's gonna fall on the coaching. A lot of it's gonna fall on Aaron Rodgers and how
Mm-hmm.
committed and into this team that he is. Everybody says he is, but I mean there is a bluff factor here. Now with Adams, from everything I've gathered, I think he's cool over there with the Raiders now, with Antonio Pierce being the coach. I don't know if that's still on the table, but they could use some receiving help because I mean they got Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams from the Chargers. He's been hurt a lot, and then Alan Lazard, and it kind of really falls off after that. It's not a very good group,
Mm-hmm.
to be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, shit, as a group, I might put the Giants over them, as a group. Just
Mm-hmm.
saying, you know what I'm saying? So that's how kind of iffy they are now. They got a couple tight ends, pause,
Mm-hmm.
on the roster that they could use. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see them this year and what they do in that division with Buffalo, with Miami. AFC is tough. Got Mahomes, got Lamar, Burrow,
Mm-hmm.
all these other quarterbacks. So going to be a tough ride for the Jets, but they could, you know, they it's going. I just think it's going to depend on Rob Saleh. That's kind of where I'm at. I think it's going to depend a lot on Rob Saleh and Aaron Rodgers and the chemistry of this team and injuries, especially on that offensive line. I think it's a little iffy. Tom A says Rodgers better have it together this year. Super Bowl or bust. Hey, that's it. That you're right. It's no. I don't want to hear this. Oh, they got to the second round. Whoop de doo. Nope. Super Bowl or bust. Yeah, man. Cave, what's good, man? I was sending you the link, but honestly, we're not gonna be here long. I told Coach this was gonna be a quick show, and I'm gonna stick to my word. So
Mm-hmm.
we're just gonna wrap this last topic up. And if Coach has any notes on Coach's Corner, you can spit that out, and then we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
dip. Um, because I just been working a lot, fellas. To be honest
Mm-hmm.
with you, probably see it in my eyes. I've been grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Pause, as Lou would say, but yeah, I just been real tired and putting together a lot of stuff in the background for the Big Blue Crew and for this upcoming season. I got a lot of stuff planned. Trust me, it's gonna be real fun. We're gonna have a good time this year, y'all. So shout out to the Big Blue Crew, Pat, Lou, Joel, Coach, you, Man Cave, Alex, Mac, you know what I mean? Jay Lay, Rodney, Adam, everybody, Alex, the whole clique, man. So, but we got some things planned for y'all, man. And of course, I got to pay bills too. I don't get paid like some of these YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why y'all got to hit this like button, man, and share the video and share it out on your social media platforms and hit the subscribe button so you can help me and Coach out and help grow this community, help grow this channel, and help grow the Big Blue Crew. You know what I'm saying? Some real heart to heart, down to earth, true YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Some true dudes, some true men giving you real facts and information. But as for the Giants, as you know, there's so much animosity and drama and all that good stuff with the team. But I'm just going to stick to the basics here and give you what I'm looking for in training camp. I'm looking for what this offensive line going to look like. How's this going to shape out? Is Evan Neal going to get the right tackle spot? Are they going to have to move him in the guard? Or going to have to bench him? They're going to have to trade him. Is Illuminor going to be the guard? Is he going to have to move the tackle? Is he going to have to move to the right side? What is Josh Azudu's role going to be here? What's the depth going to look like? So a lot of that is what I'm looking for. That is the number one thing I'm looking for with the New York Giants is what are they going to do with this offensive line and what is this offensive line going to look like week 1 when they're playing the Vikings. Second thing I'm looking at is the rookies. I want to see what Neighbors looks like. I just got word that Theo Johnson is going to be on PUP to start the training camp. That is not good news. You're already thin at tight end, and we don't want to hear that. But hopefully it's not for long. But so I wanna see the rookies. I want to see Tyrone Tracy. I want to see what Tyler Nubin looks like. Of course, Malik Neighbors. And even the linebacker, I'm interested to see what he can do to Darius Masao, because we need that linebacker depth. We really do, because like we mentioned on Sunday, without Bobby Okereke and McFadden, we got a problem. We got a serious problem. And the third thing, might be a little unpopular, man, but I am really interested in this new kick return rule. And I want to see what the Giants are going to do. What kind of, are we going to get any kind of hints to some formations, and who are they going to use back there? Who are they going to use on that line? Because you can't just use, you got to have a little bit of speed out there. You can't use like linemen and stuff like that. It's a little different. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna see what that. I wanna see kind of how the special teams is gonna shape out. Remember, our kicker's coming off an injury. What's he gonna look like? Is he still got it? Think about it. You don't wanna. You don't want to. You don't want to have bad special teams. Especially with this new rule, because I think a lot of teams are gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle to get used to it. You're going to see some big plays. You're going to see some mistakes. I hope it's not the Giants making those mistakes. Good God, let's not let that happen. So I'm keeping my eye on special teams. Me, a Popular Opinion Sports. Coach,
Mm-hmm.
what are you looking for in Giants coming up in Giants training camp?
If I watch, if I really pay attention, offensive line. Defensive line depth. I mean, how is the rotation going to be? The edges, of course, the igniting flame Daniel Jones. How does he perform? Because it's going to be a key attention one way or another. Whether you either have to be on one side or the other. You can't just be right down the middle and just want to see your quarterback play well because he's on your team. But, those are some of the things that I'm going to be taking notes of. I'm probably not going to go as crazy as everyone else, but, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Facts, man. Facts. But yeah, that's kind of it for Giants training camp. Not really a whole lot of hockey news, so to speak, or any. The Nets ain't doing nothing. They're tanking, obviously. So,
Hey, you beat the Knicks today.
Good job, fellas. Yeah, let's see what you do in the regular season. See what it looks like. Because apparently they're the worst roster in the NBA from what.
Yeah, I've seen different publications there, either 28 to 30. I hear that.
Yeah. Milos. I like I mentioned, I think he's good there now. If Josh McDaniels is still the head coach, yeah, because he was ready to get up out of there. Devontae was ready to get up out of there.
They were showing video of him with Jimmy G, and he was going ballistic. I was like, whoa.
He was ready to get up out of there, man. But I think now with Antonio Pierce, I really think him and Antonio Pierce do have a bond. From everything
that's
I've
good,
seen.
and that's good. That I want that for Tone, man. I really do. I want Tone to be successful. So
I do too, man. I'm low key rooting for the Raiders, just for Antonio Pierce, man, and Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams is a good dude, man. I think he's a good dude, for real, man. Just players get frustrated, man, and when they show it, people are like, oh, but man, we human. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everybody's not gonna go out there and be robotic, So, but good to see, like you said, that hopefully they can get it done, and have him over there with AP and hopefully challenge the Chiefs for that division. Somebody got to do it. Damn it, I have no faith in the Chargers or the fucking Broncos. Let it be the Raiders.
Bruce? What's up, Bruce? How are you, man?
What's good with you, Bruce, man? Appreciate you tapping in, man. But, Coach, you got anything for Coach's Corner tonight?
Yeah, I'll make it real quick for you, man.
All right. Let's go ahead and cue it up for you, man, and then we gonna go ahead and wrap it up after this.
All right, bro. I appreciate that. Just real quick, Bruce. Everything's contingent. We spoke about it earlier. Everything's contingent upon, for me, their offensive line, how healthy and how do they gel together, and Aaron Rodgers. If you have your offensive line is good and Aaron Rodgers is half the quarterback that he was in Green Bay, you have a very good chance of competing for a playoff spot and maybe even the division or dare I say conference championship. But still early. So, but now getting into Coach's Corner. I appreciate everyone for tapping in. Make sure you guys, like NYG said, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit the notification so you know when we post out new content. And everyone always sharing all your social media platforms. So we really appreciate you. So in terms of Coach's Corner, I'm going to start with the WNBA just real quick. Um, a lot of excitement going on right now. Is settling down because you're going into the All-Star weekend this weekend, where the NBA All-Stars are taking on the USA Olympic team. So we're going to see what's happening in reference to that. I'm going to start with the players of the week last week. For the West, it was Aja Wilson, and for the East, it was Miss Angel Reese. So those two were the players of the week, and they've been playing phenomenally all year. Last week was very well. In terms of the Olympic, the reason why I said I'm gonna in terms of the Olympic right now, we're waiting to
You all right
see in
over
terms of
there?
yeah. My grandbaby's just like standing here watching me, so it's like yeah, baby, and she's smiling. So but um, with Caitlin Clark, because right now Diana Taurasi, she may not play in the Olympics. So the debate is should Caitlin Clark go on the roster? Personally speaking, yeah, I mean, and playing very well as of late. So yes, definitely let her get onto the Olympic roster. Everyone talked about the eyes that it would create worldwide, but she's showing that she's more than a capable player. So it's not just a novelty type of a thing. She's definitely good scoring, but her passing has improved. Now her turnovers are still up there, but again, she's getting used to the W. So getting her out there would definitely be a good look if you get her on the U.S. national team for the Olympics. So definitely wanted to talk about that. Shout out to my Lady Liberties. They are smoking hot right now. They just beat
Go Liberty.
they just beat Connecticut tonight. It was 82-74. Matter of fact, they did this without Benijah Laney, who just had new knee surgery. So she's going to be down 4 to 6 weeks. And this is right about the time now, because of the All-Star break, they have a month off. So maybe she's going to miss 2 weeks when they come back. And then tonight, you also were without Breonna Stewart. So two key starters, and you beat Connecticut, the number 2 team in the league. So this is a big win for them. Sabrina, she went off 30 points. I think she had 30 points, and Courtney Vandersloot had 11 points. Nobody else scored in double digits, but everybody else was in tune. Everybody was effective, was playing. The passing was crisp. They still had a lot of turnovers. Connecticut was down early. They fought their way back, tied the game going into the fourth quarter. So, but yeah, the Liberty fought hard, and they wanted this game. And right now, I think they swept Connecticut for the season. So they are the number 1 team in the league. Connecticut was number 2, and Vegas, I said it before, Vegas is up to number 3 in terms of the power ranking. So Minnesota is number 4. I think Seattle was 5. I think I posted it earlier. Let me see if I still have it on my site just to go over it exactly. Power rankings, power rankings, power rankings, power rankings. I didn't post it on my page. I sent it into. Oh yes, I did. New York won the. I'm sorry. The WNBA on CBS Sports has New York number one, the Aces two, Connecticut three, Minnesota four, Seattle five, the Fever six, the Mercury seven, the Sky eight, Los Angeles nine, the Mystics 10, Dallas 11, and Atlanta 12. So you can argue, with the bottom four, even the middle three from Indiana to the Sky. But the Liberty are smoking hot. They're 21-4, and I think they're 2.5 up on Connecticut now, who is at in the number 2 seed. So the Libs are definitely doing their thing. So shout out to them. So now, in terms of college sports, I haven't dug up anything on Connecticut as of yet. Rutgers, they're getting both both Rutgers and Syracuse are getting ready for training camp. That should be starting the end of this month, going into next month. Rutgers plays the end of August to start the season. So, but yeah, it's going to be intensifying. I'm going to be paying attention to the quarterback play. With Rutgers. Last night I talked about, the quarterback play. So definitely going to be intrigued with that wide receiver play, how they're doing there, and also the defensive line. How they're filling in with the loss. I definitely want to see this kid from Florida State who came over. So I definitely want to check him out. So that's what's going to be happening there. In terms of Rutgers men's basketball, they're in training camp. They just had a scrimmage. They did a little bit of highlights. I didn't dive too much in. I just watched the highlights. Ace Bailey doing his dunking. But I'm going to say this. Look for Rutgers when the basketball season comes out. They're going to be attacking also from three. They have some three-point shooters out there, and it's not just one. It's about 3 to 4 guys who can shoot from deep. And even in transition, bringing the ball up and stopping and popping. So, and that opens up the lane. And of course, Ace Bailey crashing. And then when Dylan Harper gets back, his ability to control the offense and play like a very intriguing. There's so many different publications that are high on Rutgers, not only the basketball team, the football team, and everything. So I'm really intrigued for and excited for this year in terms of Rutgers athletics, and I'll be diving more into all of the college sports across the board. So, but that's pretty much it right now for Coach's Corner, man. Back to you.
Yeah, appreciate that, coach, man. Appreciate that. Definitely shout out to the Liberty. Yeah. Let's bring a chip to NY. One of y'all. Can somebody do it? Ladies, y'all got us, right? Y'all got us. Y'all got
Let's
us.
hope for it, man.
Y'all got us. They got us. They got us.
Look, I'm going to say this: the bench now is starting to play a lot better. So, and they're playing with a lot more confidence, all of them. So, and they know that they can go out there and help this team. So, and it really is helping, and it's changing the dynamics of this team. Like I said, you didn't have Stewie and you didn't have Benijah today, and you went out there. You went up big on early on Connecticut. Connecticut fought back. Credit to them. They're still a good team, but you fought in the fourth quarter for this game because you wanted it, and everybody contributed, everyone. So um, it's let's just hope that they can continue. But you still got to respect the Aces, man, because the Aces are the defending champs. They want to go for three in a row, and I keep saying it. They got their quarterback back in Chelsea Gray, and she's the key that runs that whole program. So.
See. Yeah. Leaf, we about to wrap up the show. This was a quick show tonight, but definitely, bro, if you got time, please join me on a Blacktop Friday. I couldn't do it last week because I got called into work. Unless something miraculous happens and I get called in again, which usually doesn't happen. I'll be back on Friday at 7:30. need your insight. I want to talk to you about the summer league. We're gonna get into all that, man. It's a lot
Hmm.
of basketball going on. Just tonight was just not the show.
Yeah.
Me and Coach both got obligations. So,
Yeah.
but next time, bro, I got you, man. But that's gonna be it for the night, y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all. I call this Heart of the City Express. I might actually cut this up and make it an actual video. Because we did have some good insight, some good conversation tonight. Even though it wasn't a lot of people in the building. But appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let me go ahead and shout y'all out. Tudo, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Like
Hmm.
always, man. Hope all is well. In Tokyo, I know you was flying out to Tokyo to play a game out there. Leaf, definitely, man. Appreciate you tapping in as always. Bruce Harper, appreciate you. Milos, appreciate y'all, man. Bruce and Milos, if you're not subscribed to me and Coach already, please go hit that like button. Please go hit that subscribe button. We do this every Tuesday. We are a duo. You'll see us on a lot of different shows, a lot of different programs. So please go hit the like button for me and Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. Cave, you already know what it is. Appreciate you tapping in. So do you, Tommy. So do you, Jay. So do you, Raphael. So do you, Jacob. And Nick, of course, man. Appreciate you too, brother. Daniel Berry, you already know what it is. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for being a supporter, man. We definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all. But that's all I got for the night. That's all we got for the night, man. And until next time, y'all, you know what it is. Doses.